Hi, I'm here at Farnborough International Exhibition Centre for the Historics Flight of Elegance sale. This is the preview day, or one of the preview days. I'm going to be making a few themed videos while I'm here, including young timer luxury saloons, beautiful British brutes and thoroughbred Italians. So if you don't want to miss them, please subscribe to the channel and tap the bell to be notified. In this first video, I'm going to pick out some highlights of other cars that I like that didn't really fit in any of the other themes. And I'm going to start with the cheapest and work my way up. So keep watching also for a bit of a wild card pick at the end. Let me know in the comments which ones you'd choose and whether I've missed any crackers. So my first pick is this one. It's a 1991 BMW 318i Cabriolet. So this is the second generation of 3 Series, the E30. It's actually conceived in 1976, but didn't start building until 1982 through to 1994. So there were a Bauer semi-convertible from the start of that production, but the factory ones didn't, like this one, didn't come into production until 1985. So this one has, as the name suggests, 1.8 litre inline 4. It's only 113 horsepower. The 5-speed manual, but it's not the fastest, so that's not really the point of this car, is it? It's just how you look driving it. It's in a nice sort of white colour. Perhaps the white's not as good as the red if you had a red one of these or a black one, but yeah, white's quite something. A lovely interior, the sort of tartan interior, and it's quite low mileage. It's just under 50,000 miles. So yeah, something sure to look at. In terms of the guide on this one, let's have a look. So it's guided at between £11,000 and £15,000. I think these are on the rise actually. I think that these E30s, particularly the Cabriolets, are now being sought after, so I think that's going to do better than that. So here's my next pick. You don't see many of these. This is a 1974 Peugeot 504 GL Cabriolet, designed by Pininfarina, and the convertible I think is much prettier than its 4-door saloon sibling. This was introduced in 1969. It has just a 2-litre fuel injected inline 4, this one. Very soon after this one was built, they actually received the PRV V6. So, this one didn't get it. I think it was a 2.6 litre. Again, like the BMW convertible, not very fast, but very, very stylish. Particularly in this lovely dark red, the black interior, and quite rare in right-hand drive. 96,000 miles, which is not a lot really for a car that's what, was that 50 years old, 52 years old? What a beauty. And that's guided £16,000 to £21,000. I think that will do well. So one car that sadly hasn't turned up, which I was looking forward to seeing, it's a 1988 Toyota Land Cruiser. So it's a J60 model, produced from 1980 to 1992, the 4-litre 6-cylinder diesel engine, and it was in silver with its original sort of very 80s decals. And it just reminded me of that sort of Aussie phrase that say if you want to go into the bush, take a Land Rover. If you want to get out again, take a Land Cruiser. Just looks so classic 80s. The estimate on it is 18 to 22,000, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went past that. So this is my next pick, the 2015 Mercedes-Benz S63L AMG. This is one of the most modern cars that I'm picking out. It's the 6th generation of S-Class, their flagship Mercedes car. So you can top that by being a long wheelbase version and by being AMG powered. So got lots of AMG touches. So as you can see on the side, unlike the other one that I've seen, this has got a V8, so a twin turbo V8, a 5.5 litre, 585 PS, and around 4 seconds to 62 miles per hour. And so we're talking like a big saloon car, getting up to 100 Ks in 4 seconds. That's pretty impressive. As you can see, black over black. It's nice touches and lots of sort of AMG badges and things like that everywhere, but it's not leery looking, is it? It's kind of fairly subtle for an AMG. Gives you that sort of performance, but still with luxury. Don't know, let's see if it's open. Actually the window's open, so I'm guessing the car is pretty well appointed inside. You've got this nice mood lighting or ambient lighting that Mercedes seem to do really well. Very comfortable. Little embossed sort of AMG logos on the leather. And it's only got was it under 35,000 miles. So imagine getting this for between what 34 and 38,000 pounds. Make a great daily, wouldn't it? You know, what else can you buy for that kind of money? Brand new, nothing big for sure. Very satisfying clunk. So yeah, 34 to 38,000 pounds is what it's guided at. So we've got cars still arriving for the sale, and this is my next pick. It's a 1967 Maserati Quattroporte. So we're going back to the 1960s with this one, but it's in this same luxury performance segment. This is the first generation Quattroporte, styled by Pietro Frua, built by Vignali. This is the Series 2. It's a 4.7 litre V8, 290 horsepower with a top speed of 158 miles an hour. It was the fastest four-door saloon in production at the time. As you can see, it's got this bright red exterior, the black interior. It's left-hand drive, which will reduce the price a little, but how gorgeous does it look? That's guided 35 to 45,000 pounds. So here we go, a 1968 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, two-door Mulliner Park Ward. So there's lots of Silver Shadows around on this sale, and generally, but this one's obviously a bit special. It is the two-door Mulliner Park Ward coupe, I guess it's later referred to as a Corniche. This is standard Rolls-Royce engine, the 6 3/4 V8. If you want to know what the power output is, just ask Rolls-Royce and they'll tell you that it's adequate or sufficient. It's a lovely colour, it's really dark blue, it's called Dawn Blue, and inside is a Chippendale dash of all things. And it's very well equipped. It was first owned by the official importer of Ferraris to the UK, so Maranello concessionaires, a guy called Ronnie Hoare. So it's his car. So it's a rare car and it's in great condition too. But despite all of that, it's still guided only 40 to 50,000 pounds. But I guess like anything, if two people want it, it'll go better than that. So 2007 Lamborghini Gallardo Spyder, produced 2006 or 2008. It's kind of the entry-level stablemate to the V12 Murcielago. So it's got a 5 litre V10, 520 horsepower, 0 to 62 in 4.3 seconds. So it's no slouch. And a top speed of 196 miles per hour. So this one's got a striking Giallo Midas exterior, black alloys, and a black leather interior with some nice yellow piping. I reckon I could just about fit in that car as well, which is good. This is the Auto. It's one of Lamborghini's best-selling models, and this one's guided at 58 to 64,000 pounds. I guess it could get there, but I have seen them cheaper. So I'm not particularly into barn finds, but this is a bit intriguing. It's not a 911, it's a 912. Guided at quite a high guide for a 912, 27 to 35,000, which is pretty much what I thought 912s went for in decent condition. I guess there's a sort of a barn find tax, isn't there, where people like to have a story to a car that they own and they can tell everybody that they fixed it up from this state. But yeah, quite high. Another Porsche barn find. This one is a 911, and despite the looks of it, it's not a 964, it's had that added. So it is actually a G series or whatever 911 underneath Targa. This one guided 22 to 28, so it's a bit more sensible than the 912. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there's something to be made out of this. You could, if you did all that work and sort of backdated it to how it should be, put the proper wheels on some Fuchs alloys or something, then you'd get to a decent price. But I'd imagine a fair bit of work involved in that. So now it's time for my wildcard pick, and I almost can't believe I'm showing you an EV. But this is the 2024 MG Cyberster GT. So the prototype was due to be launched in 2020, but obviously the pandemic kicked that into touch. And they started being built in 2023 and still being built now. So yes, it is an EV, but I think it looks amazing. Just wish there was a combustion engine version of it. It's a silver exterior, and it's nice design touches, even though built in China. It's sort of these rear tail lights. I don't know if you can see, it's a bit dark down here. It's supposed to kind of reflect the Union flag. Doesn't do it quite as well as the Mini does. And it's got two-tone grey leather interior. This particular car, one owner, it's only got 400 miles on it. What's that? Just one charge pretty much. But it's guided at £35,000 to £40,000, and that includes a 7-year warranty until 2031. Well, what do you think of my choices? Let me know in the comments. Of these, I'd probably go for the E30 BMW Convertible. Such a classic, elegant design that typified the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And I think that's a car that's starting to rise in value. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more content on classic and modern classic cars. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.